Hey, it's me, Vicki Murray. And I'm sorry I'm on the avatar tonight, but I'm at that drag through a hedge backwards stage. It's been really hot today and humid and, just you wouldn't want to see me in person tonight. You definitely wouldn't. Okay, so I hope you've all had a good day or a good evening or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for being here with me tonight. Well, I'm in mainland Spain, and it is 25 to 10 in the evening, so it's quite it's starting to get late. It doesn't feel any cooler. That July is the month where it doesn't even get cool at night, not really. So I always think July is the most unpleasant month, even worse than August, because once we get into August, it will be really hot in the day, but it tends to be a tiny little bit cooler at night, and the nights are a little bit shorter. So for me, July is always the worst month. But this year has not been as bad as last year, I've got to say. I mean, it's hot, but last year, I remember it was awful. Anyway, so I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to all my subscribers, everyone who likes my videos, everyone who contributes in any way to my channel just by watching. Maybe you join in the chat. Maybe you're a chatter. You like to chat. I know not everybody likes to join in the chat. Or maybe you just like to watch at home. Or maybe you've sent me an email, or you've left me a nice comment. Even if you've left me a horrible comment, you're still contributing to my channel, I suppose. Still helps the YouTube algorithm. But obviously, I prefer nice comments. But you know what? You can't have everything in life. Yeah, thank you. And a special thanks, as always, to my members. If you enjoy my content, think about becoming a member. You can become a member from $1.99 a month, and we get there's exclusive lives for the members. Also, thank you to anyone who's bought me a Ko-fi, sent me a super sticker, or in any other way, an email, etc., has contributed to my channel. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, let me take the banner off. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, I'm quite tired tonight because I was trying to have a nap earlier. I can't even find the banner to take it off. Combination of drugs. Combination just shows you I'm tired. Combination of dogs and sons conspired to wake me up every time I just dropped off for my siesta. I had one of my dogs literally throwing his ball at me as I was lay on the bed trying to nap, like decide, because he didn't want to nap because he'd just had a nap. So he's like brought his little ball up as I was lay on the bed trying to have a little nap, and was just chucking it at me to try and get me to throw it for him. Then him and the other dog decided to have like play fighting on the bed right next to me. Oh gosh, just one thing after another. So I haven't had my nap, so I am tired. So I'm probably going to have an early night tonight. But anyway, what we're going to talk about tonight? Well, we're going to talk about these 4 boys. These 4 British boys, all lost abroad. And of course, Jay Slater, we unfortunately know what happened to Jay. Jay went missing on the island of Tenerife, didn't he? And he has been found. He tried to make his way back, tried to take some sort of shortcut to his apartments, fell down a ravine, and his body, unfortunately, fortunately, it's been recovered, of course, but still, it's a horrible, horrible ending to what was a mystery, a 4-week mystery of what had happened to Jay. Although it wasn't really a mystery, I think it was just a question of when he would be found. But it's you know, it did go on for a long time, didn't it? And that's, we're going to talk about him later. Any updates? I'm going to show you a couple of videos that you might find interesting. And that we're going to talk about him later. Now, the other two boys that we're going to talk about after the first boy that we talk about is we're going to talk about Michael Frison, who has gone missing in Sardinia. Sort of similar circumstances to Jay, really, I think, because the terrain there apparently is like really scary. There's cliffs and, you know, various things. So it's very concerning for his family. You know, where is he? Has he come to, you know, unfortunate, had an unfortunate accident like Jay? But we're going to look at Michael's case as well. And then this other, I'm calling them boys, of course, they're not boys. Michael, well, Jay even, really. Jay, Michael and Benjamin, they are men, but to me, they're boys. You know, when I was their age, I wouldn't have appreciated being called a girl. Of course, you realise as you get older, you think you're all grown up, but you're actually not. So this is Benjamin Ross, and he is missing in Palma, Mallorca. Again, mysterious circumstances. Where is he? His family's very worried about him. Just must be awful. So we're going to talk about him. But first of all, we're going to talk about this boy. Now, this boy, Ben, if you're of a certain age, you will have seen this little face peering out at you for years and years and years, as Ben has been missing over 30 years. And he went missing from the island of Kos in Greece. And still missing, still not, although there's been lots of theories and sometimes it looked like it was going to be solved and then it wasn't. And Ben is still missing. Of course, he won't look like that now. He'd be over, you know, he's in his 30s if he is still alive somewhere. And that's what we're going to talk about first, because there have been, well, there may be developments, there may not be developments, but there is some news. Let me just say hello to everybody first before I get really started. Hi, Chumba. Hi, Maria. Hi, David. Hi, Rini. Nice to see you. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Carla. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Shelley. Oh, we've got people from all over the world here today. Hi, Heather. Sorry, hi, Yvonne. Well, Charlie, Ben's case, Ben Needham would be before your time, so you're a bit younger, aren't you? So I think that, yeah, so it'd be new to you. But it's really very similar to the Madeleine McCann case. It never seemed to get the same attention as Madeleine McCann for some reason. Hi, Kelly. Okay, so I've said hello to everyone who's in the chat so far. I want to say hello to those of you who don't join in the chat, just watching from home. And also hello to the replay crew, because people will be watching this after as well. So let's talk about Ben. So, yeah, so cute, such a cute little boy. Reminds me a lot of my son when he was that age. He was blonde as well, like that. He was... you know, so young, Ben, and he literally just disappeared from outside the place where his parents were staying in Greece. So now, one thing I do want to say is I've been with Ben all day. That's how I felt today, that I've been with Ben all day, because I've been watching videos, you know, and thank you, Chumba. Chumba sent me some links and things to it, and it's just a massive subject. There's so much to it, I suppose, because it's been so many years, so many facets, so many possibilities, so many what's the word, so many false leads. You know, this mother has been through hell, not knowing whether her son is alive, what's happened to him. There's been so many, you know, she's been on so many wild goose chases. And this might be what's happening now. Hi, Angie H. We don't know. So anyway, what I've decided, because I'm going to tell you about what's happening in this moment, but I'm going to do, I can't fit everything about the Ben Needham case into a video where I'm talking about other cases as well. So there's an anniversary coming up, and I'm going to prepare a dedicated video for Ben's case and try and look into it a bit more deeply, and you know, do it a bit more justice. But what I do want to tell you about today is for the reason why Ben even came into my mind today was because currently there is a Danish guy who is claiming that he is Ben Needham. You know, and so as we speak, the mother of Ben Needham is waiting for Kerry, her name is. She's waiting for confirmation, DNA confirmation, if this man is her son. Now, you can't, no, you can't feel optimistic about it, really, you know, because, well, you know, it's like recently there was a similar thing with Madeleine McCann, wasn't there? There was a girl who said that she was Madeleine McCann, and you always, you know, when it went to DNA, etc., you just knew that it wasn't going to be Madeleine McCann. But I suppose every single, you know, what you're going to do as a mother, you can't turn around. She couldn't turn around to this Danish guy and say, no, I'm not going to give you my DNA. You know, she's got to try it. Hasn't it? She's got to try it because there's an outside chance. But she must have been through so many of these sort of false hopes, you know, over the years. It just must be awful. Anyway, so the mum of this is the Manchester Evening News I'm reading out here. The mum of missing toddler Ben Needham gives Jay Slater message after a DNA twist. Ben Needham was just 21 months old when he went missing on the Greek island of Kos. I just can't imagine what this mother's been through. The mother of a toddler who went missing more than 30 years ago is anxiously awaiting the results of a DNA test from a man claiming to be her long-lost son. Ben Needham was just 21 months old when he went missing on the Greek island of Kos in 1991. The toddler was last seen playing outside a derelict farmhouse on the island. His parents have searched the globe looking for their boy. With the 33rd anniversary of Ben's disappearance approaching on Wednesday, July the 24th. So it's the 33rd anniversary of his disappearance on Wednesday. So I'll see if I can get the video done by then. I should be able to, because I've still got a bit of the weekend left. Of course, once I start classes on Monday, then it's difficult, you know, to put too much time into a video. But I'll see what I can get done tomorrow. It is a massive case. I mean, it just really, really is a massive case. Of course, over 33 years, there will be lots of information on it, won't there? His mum, Kerry, is waiting to see if a stranger could be her son for the 3rd time this year. So this is the 3rd time this year that she's had to wait for results of DNA tests to see if it's her son. I mean, again, you know, whenever I look at these cases, especially with children, how do people get through this? I mean, I would imagine with Kerry, it's happened so much over the years. Maybe she has got a little bit used to it by now. But you just, how do you cope with all that sort of, 1 minute it's hope, then it's not. I mean, she'd love this guy to be her son, to think that her son was still alive. Anyway, a man from Denmark has claimed his grandparents have told him he was taken from Kos. No, there's no photo of him, Chumba, no photo of him, or not that I've seen. I've told him that he was taken from Kos, and he's insisting that his parents have refused to deny these claims. This man says he was hidden for years, and he remembers 25 years ago going to a market and somebody shouting Ben at him. He claims that he was then kept in a caravan. Now, unfortunately, maybe this genuinely did happen to this guy, but there are strange people out there. That's one thing I've learned on YouTube. There's a lot of strange people out there, but there are strange people out there who like the attention of making out there a missing person. Now, I'm not saying this man is doing that. Maybe this is genuinely a man who was taken from Kos. Might not be Ben, but that doesn't mean to say he wasn't taken from Kos and the things he says are not true. Just that you think, well, he would now he'd be 35, won't he? So why is he only just coming out with it? But anyway, we have to wait and see. It's only the results of the DNA tests that will tell us. Kerry, 51, from Sheffield. She's still quite young, really, isn't she? Well, when you're my age, she is. She says she can never get her hopes up, having been in this position multiple times. She said this man is looking for his real family, and he has given Danish police a sample of his DNA, which South Yorkshire police are trying to get hold of via Interpol to do a comparison with Ben's. Bless him, yeah, his little face. The stranger's DNA samples will be compared with a blood sample taken from when Ben was born at Boston Hospital in Lincolnshire for the routine Guthrie heel prick test. The mother also said she feels the pain of Jay Slater's family, and she warns trolls of the further damage they are causing. Honest to God, you're just spitting in the wind, trying to say to people not to be rotten to Jay Slater's family. They just carry on regardless. They don't care. I've never. It's heartbreaking, to be honest. And it's not even my son, but how it must feel for them, I can't imagine. But the trolls are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They'll just carry on. But I hope they're aware of what sort of karma they might be bringing on themselves. So the 19-year-old was found dead in Tenerife earlier this week after a month-long search for him. After watching on as they followed in her footsteps, Kerry told how her heart is completely with them. She added, all I can say to give them a little comfort is that it's better to know, because living year by year, not knowing is torture. I feel their pain. Well, she'll know exactly how it feels, as she's had to suffer that for 33 years. And she got a lot of hassle in the beginning. The Greek police were convinced she had something to do with it. I suppose you always look at the closest people first. I mean, obviously, Debbie and Warren and Zach, Jay's family, they weren't there in Tenerife at the time. But, the vilification that they've suffered, especially the mother. It's always the mother gets the worst treatment. It's anyway, I'm going to show you a couple of videos later. If there are any of these horrible trolls watching that, you know, don't seem to understand what this mother will be going through, maybe after watching the videos, maybe you'll feel differently, or maybe you won't. I personally have given up on, you know, trying to say anything. People just think what they want. So think what you want, and, you know, there you go. So there's Jay with his mum. Seems to have had a good relationship with his mum. Hitting back at the trolls who taunted Jay's mum, Debbie Duncan, she said, people have been so cruel. You have no idea of the heartbreak and the pain it causes. The trolling has to stop. But she said at least the £66,000 raised for the family shows there are still kind-hearted people. I think it's on 70,000 now. We're going to look at it. I hope it goes to 100,000 just to irritate these people. And speaking about the sightings of her son, she said in 33 years we've had hundreds of alleged sightings. Yeah, and you know, it must be so difficult to deal with that because you get your hopes up so many times. You know, I just can't even imagine how you get through it. The majority of them we've followed up ourselves in the earlier years. We've had DNA taken from people in Greece, Turkey, Germany, one in Florida and Australia. But at least South Yorkshire Police are trying to get me answers, and I can't praise them enough. So that's good, because I think in the beginning she was fighting it on her own, really. You know, the police weren't very helpful. You know, we're talking about, you know, police have moved on, haven't they, hopefully, from how they were 33 years ago. You know, and there's been all sorts of rumours. You know, well, this is why I need to do a separate video, because there's so many different hypotheses. You know, you just, you know, they're going to take some talking about. The Force's theory is that Ben may have died in a digger accident after a witness came forward, because somebody came forward and said that one of the locals had killed Ben by accident with a digger, and he'd confessed to it on his deathbed or something. But blood discovered at the scene in 2016 was found to not belong to Ben. So it did not match Ben's DNA. And now the witness refuses to speak to police again. So the guy who says that he witnessed this guy's deathbed confession, now he won't talk about it. Kerry said, you can't end an investigation with nothing to go on, and a man's claim who now won't talk. She added, I can't believe it's been 33 years. In October, he will be 35. My mum is 72 and my dad is 76. I don't want something to happen to my parents without them knowing. Now, she was not there when Ben went missing. Ben was in the care of his grandparents. So you can imagine how they felt. Because I think, you know, it's bad enough, but you just awful, you know, that Ben disappeared, went missing. Of course, his grandparents will feel guilty because they were looking after him at the time. But yeah, it's a long, involved story, and I am going to cover it. But, you know, wouldn't it be brilliant, actually, if this Danish guy was Ben? I mean, you know, it's always a possibility, I suppose. But bless. Yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it? I can't see. I looked for a photo of the guy. I haven't been able to find a photo of the guy. Probably he's not wanted his photo released or whatever. But yeah. So that's what's happening at the moment with Ben. And as I say, I will be doing a more in-depth video about Ben's case. A lot of you will know about it, and then as some people will say, You know, some people will say, some people won't know about it, but I will be looking at Ben's case again. Okay, so that's the first lost boy, if you like. You know, it doesn't look very positive for finding Ben Needham alive, but you know what? It's always possible, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to look at Benjamin. This is Benjamin Ross. He has disappeared in Palma, Mallorca. Let's have a look. Oh. So he's missing in Spain, but one of the islands off Spain, and Mallorca is an island as well. It's not mainland Spain. And he disappeared again under strange circumstances. So we're gonna go and have a look at the GoFundMe, because there's a GoFundMe. Nobody seems to be complaining about the GoFundMe. It probably hasn't got enough money in it yet. Of course, when it gets lots of money in it, that's when everybody will come out and start complaining about it and trying to tell people how they should spend it and trying to make them account for every penny that they've spent. Just make, you know, I was thinking if supposing someone's on some of these people that say that, you know, Debbie should account for every single penny that's been given to her freely through a GoFundMe by people who want to give it. People who haven't donated seem to think that they have some sort of right to tell Debbie what to do with it. But I was thinking about that, you know, if they were on benefits, if you're on benefits, would you like, you know, benefits paid for by the taxpayer, you know, then would people expect to have to write down every single thing they bought with their benefits, and it showed them to the taxpayer, accounted for what they bought with the benefits that they received? And oh my God, what, you bought a packet of cigarettes? Oh no, benefits aren't for packets of cigarettes. Oh, what, you bought a can of beer? Oh no, you know, benefits aren't for cans of beer. How dare you buy a can of beer? You know, just makes me just incredible, I think. But anyway, let's have a look at Ben's GoFundMe. Is a modest £2,417 so far. Of course, he hasn't been missing for as long as Jay. And of course, Jay's case attracted attention right from the beginning because of Jay's past, as well as the mystery of everything. You know, Jay had a past, and this was brought up, and that led to all these different sort of, you know, stories, theories, whatever. And I don't know if that's going to happen in this case, because if Ben doesn't have a past, Ben, I think, is a trainee lawyer, and maybe that won't create so much attention. I don't know. So this crowdfunder has been set up to find Ben Ross, who has been missing in Palma City, Spain since the 10th of July. No, he's been missing 10 days, so that's quite a long time, isn't it? Ben went to Palma City to take a break from studying as a barrister. I mean, he found work in June 2024. So this is Ben with his mum. After being robbed during a trip to the beach, a series of events have led to him going missing. He has no money, no phone, and no way of contacting anyone. And now his mum, Felix, is planning to go out to Palma City to help find her son. Now, I don't know if she's already gone out there or not. Earlier in June, Ben travelled to Palma City and secured a job with a local energy company. He was seemingly doing well until a series of unfortunate events led to him going missing. On the 6th of July, Ben set out to get his European tax code, according to the people he is sharing an apartment with. Now, when they say set out to get his European tax code, I think that might be his NIE number, because to work in Spain, you have to have an NIE number, which is easy to apply for. It doesn't cost money. Well, you pay a small tax to get it. It's only about €10 or something. You just take your passport, you make an appointment, couple of photos, and you get your European. It's not European. I think it's it's Spanish. It's not necessarily European, and that means you can work in Spain if you have an NIE number. It's like a national insurance number. But of course, everything's different now, more complicated because of Brexit. So I don't know whether it used to be that's all you needed to work in Spain was an NIE number. Now maybe you need more things like your TIE, your visa and things like that. It's got so complicated now. It's not as easy, literally. Well, when I first came to Spain, it was complicated as well. But then as I've been here so long, over the years, the rules changed. And in the end, all you basically needed was your British passport. And you go to the office, get this tax number. You could work, you could do anything. You're a resident easily. You practically, that's all you needed was your British passport. Of course, then good old Brexit and the Brexit benefits came in, and now it's a bloody nightmare, and it costs you a fortune to become a resident in Spain. You need a lot of money in the bank to become a resident now in Spain, and that's because of Brexit. It's not because of the Spanish, it's because of Britain came out of the European Union. So they now have to follow the same rules as other countries such as Africa and Russia and America, Canada, etc. All the countries that are outside the European Union. Britain is now one of those countries, so it's all very complicated. So I'm presuming he went to get his NIE number or whatever it was from the foreign office, like from the Extranjería, which is the place that deals with all those kind of things. So I'm presuming that's where he went. So according to the people he's sharing an apartment with, of course, this is all according to the people he's sharing an apartment with. It's very fishy, this, I think. Very fishy story. So on the way back, apparently he went to the beach for a swim, and while he was there, his bag was stolen. His phone, passport, iPad, wallet and keys to where he was staying were all in the bag that was stolen. Now, of course, that's possible that his bag was stolen off the beach. You have to be very careful with your bag on the beach. You have to be very, very careful with your bag on the beach. Hi, 411. Hi, Jim. Just seeing if I missed anybody else. I may have missed people coming in. I'm sorry if I have. Then apparently he went straight to the police to report what had happened. And by the time he left the police station, it was late in the evening. When he was trying to find where he was staying, he became lost. And when he eventually found the apartment, his flatmates refused him entry due to not knowing who was knocking on the door so late. So don't you think that's a bit strange? When he got back to eventually found his apartment, his flatmates refused him entry due to not knowing who was knocking on the door so late. Well, who else is it going to be? So apparently Ben broke into the apartment out of desperation to be met with aggrieved flatmates who since the incident threatened to evict him. I mean, who were these people? On the 10th of July, police were called about this incident to be told they wouldn't intervene as Ben had offered to pay for any damages and explained the extenuating circumstances. One of the flatmates is then alleged to have threatened Ben with eviction and said they would remove him before the weekend. Information that has further increased Felix's worries for the well-being of her son. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised. What is that all about? Who are these flatmates? Who are these flatmates? Where's he? Were the people he knew before? I think it is a real mystery, isn't it? And why would they be so nasty to him if just that he lost his keys one night? Anyway, during this time, Felix and Ben were trying to work with his bank to secure funds for Ben to enable him to access other accommodation, food and water. Unfortunately, the instructions they sent were not working, which only further added to Ben's mental state, leading him to send a peculiar email to Felix, which confirmed his mental state was not in a good place, before he cut off communications with her completely. How awful for her. Now, so he's got no phone. Now, as far as money is concerned, getting money over to Spain, it's not difficult. Having said that, the place to go obviously would be the consulate. If those flatmates, which they're not very helpful, are they? So he's living in a flat and they can't borrow him some money just so he can get himself maybe another phone or something, or it just seems awful to me. I'd be quite worried about those flatmates. And if she's only had emails from him, how does she know that the email came from him? It's very suspicious, I think. Anyway, that poor woman, that's the last thing she's heard from Ben. So yeah, why did you not go to the consulate? Or I'll tell you what, even if you went to some British bar in Palma, Mallorca, you know what if they would help him. I am positive. If he went to, if you were in Benidorm or somewhere like that, or any of those touristy places with lots of British bars, and you walked in and just asked to use someone's phone, I'm not saying they'd give him thousands or whatever, but if you just explain what happened, you've got no money, you need to contact your mum so she can send you some money over, I am 100% certain he would find someone to help him. So it is strange. Anyway, Ben's whereabouts since then remain unclear. His flatmate's story has changed on a few occasions, leading his mum to be concerned about the credibility of this information about her son. She now has no choice but to go out to Palma and appeal to the local residents and tourists in the area for information and any sightings of her son. I'd be very suspicious of the flatmate, to be honest. And honestly, I just wish I was nearer because, again, Mallorca, it's not just up the road. I'm on mainland Spain. I'm not really near Mallorca. Otherwise, I would go out and help her, like with the interpreting, because she's got another problem, again, just the same problem that Jay's family had with the language barrier and the fact of the Guardian not being the most communicative of people. And there's a way of dealing with the Guardia that, we saw it with the Jay Slater case. The Guardia don't give out information voluntarily. They can be awkward to deal with, but there is a way of dealing with them. I'm not saying they'd give you any more information, because they wouldn't, but they would be pleasant. They can be pleasant. So yeah, this poor woman, she doesn't actually have a clue, does she, what's going on? So yeah, I think just the language barrier is a big thing, because you know what, when you go on holiday and you go to Spain or any country, holiday makers, you don't even have to think about the language barrier. because when you're on holiday, probably a lot of the bars that you go to, everyone will speak English because they're used to British tourists and other tourists, but the common language that, like say, the Scandinavian tourists, etc., they'll all speak English. So English will be the common language in these tourist places. And you only feel the need for you only realize just how significant the language barrier is when something goes wrong. I mean, it's fine when ordering a meal or, on your holiday activities in your local hotel, in your hotel, whatever. But something goes wrong and you need to speak to the police. That's a whole different thing. If you need some professional help or whatever, you can't be guaranteed that they'll speak English because it's Spain or Greece or wherever it is. So it's you're always going to need an interpreter. Felix said, like any mother, no matter what age your children are, they are still your children. I just need to know my son is safe and well. The last few days have been torture. Please, if anyone has seen Ben, even if it's just for a second, let the authorities know we need to find him. Well, I'll tell you what, that flatmate seems questionable to me, doesn't it? Anyway, the money raised will be used to fund Ben's mum's costs, such as hotel flights and food, while searching for Ben. Again, we're right in peak season. It won't be cheap trying to find accommodation. If you can find accommodation, a lot of it will be booked up in July. Once the schools break up, we're at the peak time now. So the hotel flights and hotel and flights will be expensive. Anything not used will be donated to the Andy's Man Club charity. Oh, now I've spotlighted Andy's Man Club before. They're a brilliant charity and they support men's mental health. And I have looked at them before. I think I did a spotlight on them when we were doing the Advent calendar leading up to Christmas, doing a positive video every day. I'm sure one of the videos that I did was about the Andy's Man Club. It's a very good men's mental health support group. So any updates will be provided here when possible. Anyone with sightings of Ben or information about his whereabouts should get in touch with the British consulate and local police. So hopefully that GoFundMe, she's going to need more than that, I think. She's going to have what's the word, interpreters. As I say, I wish I was nearer. I would literally just go and interpret for free. But she's going to need somebody there with her. That's the other thing. So, she's not going to go there on her own, is she? She's going to need to take someone with her. So all that will have to be covered. So I hope she does, I hope the GoFundMe does increase. They've got a £5,000 target. So, and then, I mean, I don't like to think of the worst news, but if the worst news did happen, like faced with Jay Slater as well, Jay Slater's parents, she's going to be looking at repatriation as well, which would definitely cost more than that's in there at the moment. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope Ben is found safe and well. So there'll be no, it's Palmer is a city. It's not like they're going to be searching through the terrain that they've had to search through for Jay, etc. But yeah. So that's Ben. That's the second missing boy that we're talking about tonight, or lost boy, I should say. Let me just come back to the chat. Make sure hope you're all behaving yourselves. And oh, do they speak Catalan in Mallorca, Charlie? But they'll speak Spanish though, won't they? They will speak Spanish as well. Now, 411, that's a good point. LBT Global, I think they have, let me just check. I think they are in touch with them. Let me just find out, because they... I'm sure I saw on their Facebook page. Yeah. Here we go. I'll show you their Facebook page. Yeah. New appeal. Benjamin Ross, 26, missing since, well, they say missing since the 12th of July. But on that GoFundMe, it said missing from the 10th of July, didn't it? But anyway. Barón de Santa María de Sepulcro in Palma. So 26-year-old Benjamin Ross travelled to Palma to stay with a friend. He decided, so it's a friend, is it? That it doesn't sound much like a friend to me. He decided to extend his stay and try to find work. He was last known to be at an apartment in Barón de Santa María de Sepulcro around the 12th of July. He's not been seen since and not made any contact. Benjamin is considered vulnerable. If you see, that's interesting, isn't it? If you see Benjamin, please do not approach him. Wonder why they're saying that. Do not approach him. But get in contact with LBT Global and information will be passed to the relevant authorities. Benjamin is 5'10", tall, athletic build, brown eyes, short brown hair, which is wavy on the top. He has a scar on his chin. Yeah, you can see this scar here. I wonder how he got that scar. Benjamin's family are extremely concerned for his welfare. And, you know, you can contact LBT Global. You don't have to leave your name. But that's interesting, isn't it? I wonder why they're saying do not approach him. Maybe they're frightened, you know, there's obviously, I think, you know, reading between the lines, there's some issues here, mental health issues. But yeah. So there you go, another mystery. Yeah, let's hope he is found soon. Yeah, do not approach him. That's odd, isn't it? So at least I'm glad that LBT Global, you know, I'd never even heard of LBT Global before, but it's good that there are charities like this that people can turn to, you know, when their loved ones go missing abroad, because it's bad enough when your loved one goes missing anywhere, but when it's in a different country, foreign language, different procedures, you know, it just must be, you know, it's even worse. And you're far away from it as well. You know, having to go out to a foreign country. Fancy having to go out to a foreign country. You know, fancy having to go out to a foreign country and look for your child. Anyway. Okay, so now we're going to look at the next one. We've got another one to look at, unfortunately, of the 4 that we're spotlighting tonight. So we briefly looked at the Ben Needham. As I say, I'm going to do a video about him. We're going to be looking at the updates on Jay Slater in a moment. And now we're just going to look at Michael. Another one, a vulnerable vulnerable young man, gone missing, this time in Sardinia, of course. And this is where our mate, Paul Arnott, he's gone off to Sardinia, hasn't he, to help in the search. Now, I was reading about this and it was saying, you know, it's this is a similar case to Jay Slater in the sense that it's terrible terrain, apparently. It's also very hot. You know, this is the other thing in Palma as well. It'll be very hot, but Palma is a city. You have to presume that Ben is you know, could get cover somewhere and hide from the sun. You know, if he is homeless at the moment, you know, I'm sure he can get out of the sun in a shop doorway. You know, there's a lot of homelessness in Spain. Madrid is awful for home. You know, literally, that was one thing that I really did not like about Madrid at all. You know, there's just homeless people everywhere. It's heartbreaking, and they're all ages. You know, young people, old people. It's just heartbreaking, and they're literally everywhere. I don't know what the policy in Spain is about homeless people. You know, I don't know if they have same like homeless shelters and things that they do in the UK. I don't know if they're trying to do something about it. But for that, you know, if you've seen anything about like the protests in Spain from a lot of selected tourist areas, there's been protests against tourism, and it's not really against tourists, it's against the Airbnbs. Everybody's turning their house or their spare room or their spare house or whatever into Airbnb now, and Spanish people cannot find anywhere reasonable to rent. That's what they're protesting about. They're not protesting about tourists per se. They're protesting about the fact that they can't find anywhere to live, because a lot of these places where Spanish people used to rent for their families have now been turned into Airbnb for tourists. That's the issue. Having said that, I think in Madrid it's like any other capital city. It's always had homelessness, but it's horrible to see, and it's very, you just feel helpless really, that you can't do anything about it. And one person came up to me and asked me for some money, and the other thing is, you never have any money anymore. You know, you never have any coins, do you? You know, you pay for everything by card now. And I think homeless people must really have suffered from that, because you've never got spare change, or rarely got spare change, have you? So, you know, homeless people must have suffered from this move towards paying for everything by card, and not getting even people's loose change and stuff like that. It must have made a difference to them. Okay, so we're going to have a look at his GoFundMe. Now, there's a GoFundMe for Michael, which it's not much in it at all compared, you know, certainly compared to Jay's, but even in comparison with Ben's GoFundMe, which is strange, because I think there has been quite a lot of publicity, more publicity for Michael, perhaps than Ben. But I don't know if he's gone to, or his family have gone to the LBT Foundation or not to ask for help. But they've got a £2,000 target, and there's only £760 raised, which seems like a small amount compared to the others, doesn't it? Hi, Misty. So yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Why do some cases attract more attention than others, more donations? Because it's funny, because although the Jay Slater case has attracted a lot of hate as well, so much hate, but it's also attracted a lot of donations. And I think, you know, I've seen some people on the Facebook pages saying, I'm sick of these comments from these horrible people about the GoFundMe. I don't normally donate to GoFundMe, but where's the link? I want to donate just to annoy them. You know, there's that kind of... so the Jay Slater case, the notoriety, if you like, or the hate as well, has had its good side, that it's led to a lot of contributions to the GoFundMe, you know, so it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because I'm sure the family of poor Michael won't want all that hate that Jay Slater's family's had to put up with. But of course, it would be nice to have more money in the GoFundMe. So, yeah, it's strange how things work, isn't it? So this is a friend of the family, apparently, that set this up. My name is Evie Baker. I'm trying to raise funds that will go towards helping the group of volunteers that is currently being gathered together to head out from the UK to help search for Michael Frison. It will also be used as a financial buffer for Christina and her youngest son. So yeah, the thing is, that's it. She's going out there, the mother, her other son's going out there. They're taking a group of volunteers to help search. So, now this another mystery, isn't it? I've got a very bad feeling about this because of the terrain. I feel like he may have fallen somewhere, like Jay did. But on Saturday, the 13th of July, Michael went missing in Sardinia. He was due to start some volunteering, but felt unwell. He was not used to the hot climate. The hot climate has got a lot to answer for. And possibly dehydrated. He was given water and he went to sleep. When he woke up, he said he was going for a walk, and now sadly he's missing. Now he apparently didn't have any clothes on when he said he was going for a walk. I read that in another article. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm going to try and look for this. I can't tell you how genuinely lovely this family is. I'm absolutely heartbroken for them. Please donate whatever you can, and if you're unable, please share with everyone. Thank you. Yeah, so there you go. Let's have a look at an article and see if we can find out more details about actually what happened to him. Oh, now, in answer to what you were saying, David, yes, Paul Arnott is in Sardinia. We'll have a look at a couple of his videos, I think. But in fact, let's have a look at this. This was a horrible headline in the Independent, I thought. TikTok hiker who failed to find Jay Slater flies to Sardinia to search for missing volunteer. Why did they say that? You know, TikTok hiker who failed to find Jay Slater. That's just, honestly, the mainstream media, they're just horrible, aren't they? Really. So here he is, our mate. Paul Arnott, 29 and known as Down the Rapids, has landed in Sardinia to search for missing volunteer Michael Frison. Hi, Jean. A TikTok hiker fresh from the search for Jay Slater is set to investigate the mountains of Sardinia in a new attempt. Sorry, it's just making me laugh the way they're putting it, like, to find another missing British man abroad. After grueling flight transfers, it's been a nightmare. You know what Paul's going to say, that it's absolute madness, guys, madness, guys. Grueling flight transfers, bus journeys from his unsuccessful hunt in Tenerife. Paul Arnott, known as Down the Rapids, landed in Sardinia on Wednesday to search for missing volunteer Michael Frison. Mr. Frison, 25, is thought to have become confused, undressed, and disappeared on a walk in the Italian wilderness near Luogo Santo in Val di Coru. I don't know anything about Sardinia. At 5:18 on Saturday. So it was in the evening, 5:18. So he would have been out there while it was dark. So he could have, apparently there's cliffs and all sorts, so it's terrifying. A manhunt has been launched in the holiday hotspot, but firefighters and the forest guard said the rural area is too vast. Too vast. What to search? They must be searching. After landing, Mr. Arnott, 29, told his 329,000 followers. I mean, whatever you say about Paul, he's got a lot of followers. Tenerife terrain was crazy, guys. It really was. But this is something else. So he did say that this terrain is even worse than the Tenerife terrain. So here we've got another mother wondering where her adult son is, you know, going through hell. So let's have a look at what Paul Arnott's had to say. God, I feel like I've missed him. You know, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen one of his videos for a couple of days. It's like, it's, you know, normally we were watching his videos every day, weren't we? As it was so crazy, guys. I wonder if he's lost his phone yet, or his SIM card, or you know, any of those things. Now, he's very positive about Sardinia, actually. Let's have a look at this one. I still think he needs a good meal.
So guys, the search is over for today. It's been a busy day, and I'm just in Sardinia right now. And there's a little party going on, which I'm really excited about. I've really grown close to all the locals. It's absolutely fantastic around here. Everybody in...
Look, God, he's only been there 2 days and he's really grown close to all the locals. He just gets close to everyone immediately, doesn't he? He's like, he's only been there 5 minutes. He's going to a party.
Invites me back for dinner all the time. Everyone is just so welcoming. You just really have never seen like community spirit like this. But everybody's getting ready for their big festival tonight. So I'm just going to walk through here. I'm just going to show you guys what it's like around here. It's absolutely awesome. Now, I don't drink. However, they've got all the beer bits ready, all the tables down here as well. It's just such a community vibe. It's such a family vibe around here, guys. And the houses are beautiful. Everybody's amazing.
It's crazy, guys. But you know what? There might be a fiesta going on or something. But it's funny, isn't it? They're supposed to be searching, isn't he? And now he's going to a party. So he's always either on a bus or I don't know, there's something. He's glad to be out of Tenerife by the look of it.
Just such an amazing community spirit. I have literally met the entire village, and I'm not even exaggerating. I've got a lovely lady who's been showing me around and driving me about and introducing me to everyone, and it's just amazing. I really can't explain how much of a community feeling there is here. You sit down and have a coffee, everybody comes and says hello, and everybody has just been so helpful. There's a few things that I'm working on while I'm out here in Sardinia. Obviously we've got the search going on, and there's a couple of other things that I haven't actually announced yet.
Yeah, he's always saying that. He's got a couple of other things that he hasn't announced yet, guys. But yeah, as you say, 411, he left his hiking boots in Tenerife. So, you know, hiking boots, weren't they bought for him by Jay's family from the fundraiser? Didn't they buy him all that kit and everything? And he's left it all in Tenerife, guys.
And it's going to be really interesting for you guys. In regards to today, I can't really update too much. However, I have been out with police and the forest guards, the guys with guns. We have been searching.
And the guys with guns? Do you mean the police? Do you mean the police? There's been a ho-ho with the forest guards and the guys with guns.
All through the forest again. And it's a super hot day. It's a super hot day. So now time to relax. Sardinia, guys, Sardinia. Very nice, very beautiful. Absolutely love it here.
Jay Slater went missing.
So yeah, he approves of, let's find his page. He approves of Sardinia. I don't think he was that keen on Tenerife, did he? He didn't get a brilliant welcome. Oh, look, he must have been watching my videos. He's pushing this out for missing Jack O'Sullivan. Why isn't he looking for Jack O'Sullivan? He could have stayed in Bristol. He could have gone to Bristol instead of going to Sardinia. Oh dear, maybe that's his next stop. I mean, hopefully Jack will be found soon. But yeah, I did a video on Jack the other day, didn't I? And So someone said they're going to need other troopers. You can't do it all on your own. Oh, let me show you this because where's he gone now? Yeah, he said for those of you who are constantly concerned about my eating habits, panic over. I'm currently eating a watermelon the size of my head, making the team proud. Well, watermelon's got no calories in it, Paul. You need some calories. You know, all the exercise he does, because he never stops, does he? He never stops for a minute. So he's always walking around. He needs some proper calories, like some carbs, not a great big watermelon. Because people do worry about him. You can't help it. And I agree. I think his heart's in the right place. I mean, I've started to quite enjoy his videos, actually. Yeah. Another long day spent with some real heroes. This is how emergency services should be, not singling people out and welcoming help from competent people. Yeah, he didn't like it in Tenerife, did he? Didn't like it because I don't think they showed him the respect that he thought he deserved. Next time there is an issue, it will be the Sardinians who I will be calling for support without hesitation. Or let's get the Sardinians to Bristol to find Jack O'Sullivan. I have personally learnt so much already from this team in the past 48 hours of searching, and I've been fortunate enough to make some real connections. I wish I could share more, but not just yet. Now, he did start off very positive about the Tenerife mountain rescue, etc. It just all seemed to go it just all seemed to go wrong at some point, didn't it? I'm not quite sure when or why. But yeah. So that was the video we've just seen. I look awful in this, but I'm pleased to announce I finally found myself a lady. Oh, I thought you were saving yourself for Isla. He's in love with Isla, of course. Oh, will Isla be out there soon? Maybe we'll see Isla out there joining him. And then, yeah, he's been asked to... Wow, so what's this? I'll be going public with this. Was 58 minutes ago. I'll be going public with this tomorrow. If you can help in any way, then please do. This crowdfunder has been organised by Michael's family. Please start sharing. So that'll be the GoFundMe that we've just looked at. It's up to £1,000 now. So I wonder if it had only just been set up and that's why it was only on £700, but it's already up to £1,000. So that's good. That's good. And Paul will help with that. Definitely. Paul publicising the GoFundMe will make a difference, won't it? Oh, and this is after he ate his melon, he's got all the flies. Oh, they're bees. So it turns out eating that watermelon last night wasn't one of my brightest ideas. Ooh. Well, you are supposed to throw them in the bin, not just leave them on the table, of course. It does look nice there, doesn't it? I wonder where he's staying. I suppose he's in an Airbnb. I presume he's in an Airbnb. Yeah, and there's the thing about Jack Sullivan. Yeah. So, Paul, never fear, Paul is here. Joking aside, it's a serious thing. Hope Michael is found soon, but I know that the terrain there is, just as bad, if not worse, than the Tenerife, and it's vast. It could be anywhere. So maybe it's flatter terrain. Let's see if I can find out. Well, not in this video, but in another video, we'll have a look at the actual place. I haven't got time really because I've still got quite a lot of things to show you about Jay. So yeah, maybe you know, the terrain does sound as if it's a bit scary, and if he had no clothes on, where's he going to be? You know, I don't know much about the climate there. Will it be freezing cold at night and you know, hot in the day? I don't think it's that strange sort of climate that was up in the Tenerife Mountains, but you know, I don't know. We'll look at that when I do like a single video about Michael. We'll look more at that. Today I'm obviously doing quite a few different people, but yes, poor Michael, and you know, poor Michael's family. I mean, I wonder if they're out there yet. Anyway, so that's Michael Frison, missing in Sardinia, and hopefully he will be found safe and well. We can only hope, can't we? Terrible time for his family having to go out there and, you know, again, as I say, with the language barrier, I can't help them with Italian, though Italian is very similar to Spanish. I can understand what people say when they're speaking Italian, most of it, but I won't be able to put a sentence together in Italian, that's for sure. Okay, so now we're going to look at some updates. I'm just going to put some windows down. Oh, oh no, I think we've done enough about that. I'm just putting windows down. No stove, I don't put the wrong window down. So we're going to talk about Jay, some updates about Jay. First of all, let's have a look at the fundraiser. You know, we like to have a look at the fundraiser. People like to get aerated about it. Yeah, it's up to 70,000 now, £70,000. And this woman, whoever she is, Natalia Galactionova, donated £1,500. So people, you know, are being very, very generous. Very, very generous. And I think it's great. I think it's great. The family won't have anything to worry about financially because they've got enough to cope with taking their son home in a body bag. And whatever Debbie and the family, it's not only Debbie, remember, it's Warren as well, and Zach, the brother, whatever they decide to do with the money, whatever they've got left afterwards and what they decide to do with it, as far as I'm concerned, it is their business, nobody else's business, especially people who haven't donated. So there you go, it's going up and up and up. And the comments people have made are so nice. Heartbroken for all who knew Jay. We should never have to bury a child at any age. Bless you, Jay, lad. I'm so very sad for you, etc. I just wanted to send a little something so you can give Jay the absolute best send-off he deserves, etc. Just nice, lovely comments. So these will be a consolation to this family who've experienced so much hate. You know, that what they'll have to do is just focus on these lovely comments and try and turn a blind eye somehow to the horrible comments, because you know what, you'll always get the haters, whatever. Okay, so I want to show, somebody sent me a video of Jay today. I'm going to show you that. I've loaded it up on here. It's a video of him dancing at that energy festival that he was at. I'm glad he had a good time. I'll tell you what, I hope he had the time of his life at that festival, because, you know, he didn't know it was going to be the last good time. But it looks like he did have a good time, though it looks sort of like a bit out of it, of course. But yeah, you know, thank God. Yeah, so it looks like he's having a good time. Oh, I'm glad he had a good time, bless him. I'm glad he had a good time. I don't know who's taking this video, whether it was one of his friends or whether somebody, I don't know. It's nice to see him enjoying himself. And yeah, unfortunately, he made some bad decisions afterwards, but he had a good time. Now, we're going to look at some other videos that I've seen on TikTok. I'm quite getting into TikTok a lot better. Never even used to go on TikTok at all. But that, you know, everybody criticizing TikTok and this, that, and the other. It's actually, you know, probably made TikTok more popular because people want to know what all the fuss is about. So this was a nice video that was on there. A video put, so there are horrible videos on there, I've got to say, like nasty videos taking the piss out of Jay and taking the piss out of his family. But obviously I'm not going to be showing any of them. But I thought I'd show some of these nice ones. Don't know how to make the, yeah.
Oh, baby, I look at
Now, I should really turn the sound down because I'm going to turn the sound down this time because it'll get picked up for copyright. Hi, Kelly. They look close, don't they? They look like close family. And, you know, my son wouldn't have his picture taken with me. I like, you know, when he was 19, my son wouldn't have his pictures. Well, I think the last picture I had taken with my son, God, I don't even remember. You know, he doesn't seem to mind having his picture taken with his mum. I've got about 2 photos of me and my son when he was that age. I'm going to play it one more time. Now, I thought it was a lovely video, that. I've got another one that I'm going to show as well. So, yeah, that's a nice video. And now there's another one, but I've forgotten what that one is. Oh, yeah, this is something that came up on a Facebook page, actually. And this is a video. You remember when Jay's mum was being interviewed, but they didn't show this bit.
Well, yeah, obviously we need to know realistically who these people are who was with. And just, I mean, you don't just disappear, do you? It has been searched up there. I've been up there myself this morning. I was up first thing this morning searching his last pinned location, and there's no sighting or anything. Like she said, it is quite busy with people, so someone must have seen him. You know, I just don't know what else to do. Just Jay, where are you, Jay? Where are you?
Heartbreaking.
Well,
I
yeah,
think she
obviously
just
we need
looks
to know
desperate. And of course, this
who
was
these
before
people
he
are who
was
was with.
found, when she still would have had a little bit of hope.
I mean, you don't just disappear, do you? It has been searched up there. I've been up there myself this morning. I was up first thing this morning searching his last pinned location, and there's no sighting or anything. Like she said, it is quite busy with people, so someone must have seen him. You know, I just don't know what else to do. Just Jay, where are you, Jay? Where are you?
I will watch it one more time just in case anyone's met. Hi, Rio.
Well, yeah, obviously we need to know realistically who these people are who was with. And just, I mean, you don't just disappear, do you? It has been searched up there. I've been up there myself this morning. I was up first thing this morning searching his last pinned location, and there's no sighting or anything. Like she said, it is quite busy with people, so someone must have seen him. You know, I just don't know what else to do. Just Jay, where are you, Jay? Where are you?
Oh, bless. And anyway, another video on TikTok that I wanted to show you that I saw a couple of days ago on. Oh, hang on. Let me just find it. That's the only thing with TikTok. I'm not familiar with working my way around it yet, really. Let's see. Yeah, the Christopher Tenerife, who's the other guy who was, you know, going around. He put a video on about the sort of area, the terrain, you know, that oh, there it is. The area that he was, it's not him going down here. I can't work out how to put it. Hang on. Trying to put it on the full. See, I'm not very good with TikTok. Anyway, don't matter. I'll show it you as it is. So I think you'll get the idea. So this is why people do this for pleasure. I just don't understand. But when people go hiking in this Barranco de Juan Lopez, which is where Jay was found, this is how they do it. Why would you do it for pleasure? Why? So that's how dangerous it is. So they've got these great big sticks that they take to get up and down, and and of course Jay didn't have anything like that, and he had his trainers, and he's obviously just overestimated what he could do. You know, you won't catch me doing that. Not even when I was younger, I wouldn't have wanted to do that. I literally do not understand why people do that for pleasure. God. So don't try this at home. That's what it says at the bottom. The actions in this video are performed by professionals or supervised by professionals. Do not attempt. Well, you wouldn't have to look at that great big cactus. You know, so not only you're negotiating your way down these, I mean, if you fell there, even there, just to there, that would hurt. You know, these are rocks, aren't they? You're not falling on a soft bed of grass or tree or something. You're falling on these jagged rocks. Why would you even want to do it? I don't know. But apparently this was the area where Jay was found. And he'd obviously fallen down into this barranco or ravine. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that as well, because that is the terrain. Right. Was there another one, or is that it? I think that's, oh, here's one that's the ravine. Oh, this is a drone footage of the ravine. I think I'll share this before we go off that. So it's a hell of a place, isn't it? When you see it from up above like that, you can see that it would be easy to fall down there, really. If Jay overestimated, to me, I feel like he overestimated where he could get to, what he could do, and just slipped probably. You know, it's got sort of a fierce beauty about it, I suppose, but, you know, it's not so beautiful that I'd want to go down there and have a look. I am quite happy at looking at it from a drone. Quite happy looking at it from a drone pictures. But, you know, I wouldn't want to do what those other people did and go down there with sticks. Yeah, Carla, potholders. Well, that's the Peter Folding, isn't it? He's the human mole. He likes small spaces. Okay, let's see. Now, I think that's all I've got to tell you about the Lost Boys, but I have got something funny to tell. I thought we would finish on something funny. Oh God, I've lost it. I'll find it again. I think I just put it down. Obviously, if there's any updates about the about any of the missing boys or men, I should say. Yeah, we're going to finish on something that should make you laugh. I hope you don't find it. I've got to give you a trigger warning here, or a warning, because there's adult content. Adult content in this next thing I'm going to talk. It's like one of those things that at the end of sort of a bit of a depressing video, we talk about something that might make you laugh. So I don't know if you know, but well, maybe you only know if you're, oh God, where's it gone? It's disappeared again. Do you know what? I'm sure my computer's got a mind of its own. So if you're from Lincolnshire, maybe you know that they're just having a 4-day swingathon SEX festival where revelers can browse for sex toys and cool each other down with water hoses. Hi, Auntie Ree. You've come in just for the you've come in right at the end. I'm just about to tell you about the something that hopefully will make you laugh. The Swingathon Sex Festival, where revelers can browse for SEX toys and cool each other down with water hoses. So apparently this event, I was thinking of Chumba and David, they might be particularly interested in this. The event started yesterday in the small hamlet of Allington near Grantham. Oh, Grantham, that was where Mrs. Thatcher, that was her constituency, wasn't it, Grantham? So Lincolnshire's 4-day Swingathon SEX Festival has so far seen revelers browse for SEX toys, cool each other down with water hoses and frolic around in their underwear. The event, which is Britain's biggest swingers festival, kicked off yesterday in the quaint hamlet of Allington near Grantham. And has seen 1,000 revelers attend. Now listen to this. The X-rated festival features play tents, pole dancing, hot tubs, foam parties, mobile dungeons. There you go, Chumba. Mobile dungeons and butt plug bingo. I mean, come on. Oh my God. Photographs from the Swingathon social media shows tents filled with elaborate SEX toys such as whips and chains, which festival goers can browse and purchase. The event also boasted a large spicy lounge tent on its Instagram story alongside the caption, "The spicy lounge is something to behold, along with the moon." Which moon are they talking about? David. Oh dear me. I just, you know what, you couldn't make these things up, could you? Revelers have posted selfies and photographs of themselves at the festival, with one showing a person holding up an appearance of drink from a water hose. Well, that's not exactly shocking, is it? Ooh, holding up a water hose, but probably being rude. So yeah, this is one of the photos from there. Well, it takes all sorts. It takes all sorts. At least they're enjoying themselves and not doing anybody any harm. There's a lot worse things I suppose they could be doing. This is the Spicy Hut or whatever. Oh, the Spicy Lounge is something to behold along with the moon. Oh, look, these are the things that you can buy there. And you need to book your ticket for next year. Might be too late now, though I'm sure it's on tomorrow if you're at a loose end and if you're near Grantham. Dear me. Oh, I do like this girl's hair, like this blue hair that she's got there. Very nice colour. She's excited for the Only Festuc Swingathon UK tomorrow. So revelers have posted selfies and photographs of themselves talking about the festival. I'm not sure what some of these things are. I'm sure Chumba or David will be able to tell me what they are, because I haven't got a clue. Hi, Wesley. You've come in right at the end, and you're probably wondering what the hell we're talking about. It's just a bit of fun to finish off, because just something funny at the end of the video. Oh dear. Yeah, so, you know, I have no idea what most of those things are. Oh, 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 keeps flashing back up to those for some reason. There you go. Here's some guy who's there. So, oh dear. Oh my God. Oh. Festival. It's a good job the weather's nice, isn't it? Festival goers have posted selfies and photographs of themselves talking about the festival. Look, these are all the people that are there. A lot of people there. So residents of Allington, Lincolnshire, brace for 1,000 visitors to their sleepy village for a 4-day sex and fetish event called Swingathon. I wonder why they do it there. Probably, you know, why there? What, you know, in that little village? You wouldn't think that'd go down very well in a little village, would you? Hang on. What keeps flicking up and down? Irate residents have complained to the police about screaming and moaning coming from the countryside side, keeping them up at night in previous years. And this year's X-rated festival is Swingathon's biggest yet and features play tents, pole dancing, hot tubs, phone parties, mobile dungeons, and this butt plug bingo. Oh, come on, butt plug bingo. What the hell is that? What the hell is butt plug bingo? Honestly, the mind boggles. I don't actually even want to know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. What the hell is butt plug bingo? Oh dear me! But you know what? It's like the mess this world's in, with all the wars and all the bad news. Good for them if a bit of butt plug bingo takes your mind off everything. One local who did not want to be named. It was probably Thomas. It's probably Thomas Tuggle. So one local who did not want to be named said, "I heard about the noise complaints previously, and it's not the sounds you want to hear when you're trying to sleep." Oh dear, it's that butt plug bingo. It's the sounds. They added, it all seems a bit seedy, if I'm honest, not my cup of tea. Each to their own, I suppose. But we don't really want or need it in the village. We don't want it or need it. Well, maybe they should ask his wife. Maybe she does want it and need it. Oh dear, maybe she'd love a game of butt plug bingo. Maybe she's been dreaming about it. However, the event has got some support from Allington residents. One commented on social media, that was probably his wife, "If everyone attending is up for it, there's no problem." Look, this quiet, sleepy little village, it looks like St. Michael's. Oh, dear me. So these are the organisers of the event. This is Matthew Cole and Kerry Volner. They organise it. And he said, Mr. Cole said the festival had received more backing from the local authority this year than previously, despite complaints during past editions of the event. Let them get on with it, enjoy what they want to do, and I'm pretty certain they will. Kinky guests have forked out up to £265 a ticket, which gets you a couple's ticket with shower use and an electric hookup included. So for your £265 between you, for a couple, you get a couple's ticket, shower use. Well, shower use is important, and an electric hookup. I wonder if you get a butt plug as well to use in the butt plug bingo. Maybe you get complimentary butt plug. Oh, dear me. I just think it's so funny. Numbers have reportedly doubled from 500 to 1,000 in the last year, with organisers promising it will be bigger, bolder and better. So of course the cost of living crisis probably, made a difference. People couldn't afford a butt plug for the bingo. But now that, oh dear, now we've got a Labour government, hopefully everything's going to get better. The event was given the go-ahead despite objections being raised last year by South Kesteven District Council Licensing Committee, Spoil Sports, and Lincolnshire Police, who cited prevention of crime and disorder. But there's not going to be any crime there. Nobody's got any clothes on anyway, so who's going to pickpocket them? Oh my God. Public safety, prevention of public nuisance, and protecting children from harm. Oh, come on, there wouldn't be any children there. Sometimes you just think these are just all consenting adults just having some fun. Good for them, as far as I'm concerned, as reasons to take issue with the festival. Allington's community website describes the village as a charming village situated on the edge of the beautiful Vale of Belvoir, adding, "Our community is lively and welcoming." Oh God, it's more lively now than it was before. Here's another one of the Swingathon attendees at the Only Fest. They've all got quite funky hair, haven't they? Is that so they can tell who it is? Maybe sometimes when they've all taken the clothes off, you can only tell by the hair who it is. She's at OnlyFest, which is an adult content creator festival running alongside the Swingers event. I mean, they do need good weather, don't they? But I bet, they're lucky to get good weather in Britain, of course. So yeah, aerial photographs reveal a record number of revellers have descended for the event, up from 500 last year. So they reckon they've doubled it this year. Let's explore your kinky side. Social media posts since the start of Swingathon. I've also pictured some of the stalls at the event. Flogging items. That's like they're taking the piss there, aren't they? It means selling, but they've said flogging because it's flogging items including bondage equipment and spanking paddles. However, the event has got some support from Allington residents. One commented on social media, "If everyone attending is up for it, there's no problem. Let them get on with it, enjoy what they want to do, and I'm pretty certain they will." Oh dear. So they were granted a temporary events notice, and they said they face more support this year from the local authority. Co-organiser Matthew Cole said, "It's nice to have their support this year. Last year we had to go through a headache from start to finish." Oh, there's no good having a headache when you're at a swingathon. You can't be saying, "Oh, sorry, I've got a headache." But this year is totally different, and they're working so much better with us. They're giving advice on how we can do better. So to have them more on board this year is great. I think they've realised we're not going anywhere. We've put a lot of work into the event and a lot of time into it. We've sold more tickets than ever, and having the council on side as well, it could not be going any better than I wanted. But there you go. So they're also incorporating another raunchy festival aimed at people with fetishes called Fet Fesh, with feature BDSM and sex toy stores, bookable private play areas, as well as a whip throwing area to get some practice in. Oh, dear me. A whip throwing area to get some practice in. Oh, I just think it's hilarious. Look at the bed. Is that a bed? Yeah, it is a bed, isn't it? So it sells, this is a store for Relentless Desires, which sells handcrafted fetish furniture. And Ms. Volner also runs an adult party events company. There'll be bands on performing alongside DJs, dancers, comedy acts, a naked attraction style competition, drag and burlesque acts, sensual massages. Yeah, sounds interesting, doesn't it? Sure, there'd be something for everyone. There's a huge LGBT space and we do a lot of workshops. There'll be fire breathers, pole dancers, acrobats and more. 2 festivals this year, separate but on the same day. We realised quite quickly there's a bigger demographic and there are a lot of people into other alternative lifestyles. There you go. So if you're wondering what to do for your holidays next year, you might have missed it this year, but you can always go there. Something different. Something different. Oh, dear me. It did make me laugh, though, I've got to say. It did make me laugh. And sometimes you just, in this crazy world we live in, we need a laugh sometimes. Good for them. Good for them. Mara, sorry. Mara, you've come in to the end of the video. And I was just talking about that as a bit of light relief. You need to rewind and go back to the serious bit at the beginning. We did start off being serious. I just thought we'd end on a high and have a little bit of a laugh. Oh God, oh dear. Anyway, okay, that's it. That's me done now. I'm going off to bed now. I do feel better than when I started this video, I must say, because that has made me laugh. Butt plug bingo. I just cannot even imagine what that is. I don't even want to know what it is, really. It's just like, the mind just boggles, doesn't it? Bingo. Oh my God. My bingo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, look, thanks a lot for being here. I'm trying to get serious now at the end, and I can't get serious after that. So I will see you tomorrow, as always, and until I see you again, may your butt plug always, no, I shouldn't say that. May your God always go with you. Thank you so much. Dear me, look, I hardly, I can see nobody wants, because everybody's enjoyed that, but it's cheered us up at the end, hasn't it? It was funny. Okay, I mean it this time, I'm going, so adios.